Hey everyone, it's Adam here from the Franchise Tag, and I'm here with my top 5 waiver wire pickups for your Week 10 fantasy football team. Now, we're starting to see the waiver wire thinning out, but there are some gems that you can get in this for this week and that you are going to need to get in your team in order to help you win that important Week 10 matchup. So my number one guy is Zach Charbonnet, running back for the Seattle Seahawks. He's currently about 45% rostered in most leagues. But you saw in week 9 last week, he is starting to get more and more involved in this running game with Seattle. I know they had a really tough game against the Ravens, but it's not going to be like that every week. He had his highest snaps, over half of the snaps of the whole Seattle offense, Zach Charbonnet was out there for. And that is important because earlier on in the season, weeks 4 to 7, Walker had 70% of the snaps and Charbonnet was not being used. Now Charbonnet was used for over half of them. It's starting to become more of a 50-50 timeshare. And so Charbonnet is a guy that you definitely want to get in your team. My number 2 guy, Tank Dell, wide receiver for the Houston Texans. Now, Tank Dell is someone who might be out there on your waiver wire. He's 47% rostered, so there's a lot of leagues where you can still get him. The Texans virtually have no running game at all. Damian Pierce, Devin Singletary have not been great this season. They're sort of using it, but it's not really happening. You saw this week CJ Stroud and what he can do in a game, and Tank Dell is one of the wide receivers that is going to be get the most benefit from it. He is currently the wide receiver number 23 on the season with 454 yards and 4 touchdowns in the 8 games that he's been available for. And so if he just make sure you have a look and see if Tank Dell's there, because he is definitely someone that you want to get in there. Another wide receiver for my number 3 choice, Demario Pop Douglas, 35% rostered. The wide receiver from New England Patriots is genuinely, he's out on so many snaps in the games. He had 7 targets, 5 receptions, 55 yards in the last game. It's not amazing numbers, but for someone on the waiver wire that you can plug in, that's great. That's exactly what you want. Kendrick Bourne is out. He's on IR with the ACL problem, and so that makes Douglas the number 1 choice in New England. He's someone that you want to get in your team, definitely. My number 4 guy, I'm going to go for Baker Mayfield, quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Again, 48% rostered. Another one that is available in over half of the leagues out there. He's had 12 touchdowns in 8 games that he's played in. And week 10, he's facing the Titans. The Titans are great against the run. They stop it a lot of the time, but they have allowed the 3rd most passing touchdowns. I think because of that, Baker Mayfield is a sneaky start for week 10 and one that you want to get in there. And then finally, a little bit higher when it comes to the amount of he's rostered in already, was put on a lot of IR spots at the beginning of the season. But you really have to make a look, check. Kyler Murray, we've just been told that he's potentially going to be the starter this week. If practice goes well, then Kyler Murray is going to be starting for the Arizona Cardinals. We've all seen how good Kyler Murray was. He's definitely worth a speculative pickup, certainly if you can get him for nothing on your waiver wire. So they're my 5 guys for this week. Make sure that you have a look in your league for them guys, because there's some decent players out there in over half of the leagues around. So it's definitely worth looking for. Keep it with the Franchise Tag, and we've got loads of fantasy content coming out for you over the rest of the week.